What is going on, my beautiful friends? Thank you so much for joining me on another edition of Trail Talks. Today, we are headed to the sickest mountain biking trail in the whole entire world. Yes, it is. We are headed to the Lord of the Squirrels in Whistler, BC. This is a chapter out of my book, The Best Mountain Bike Trails in Canada, available now on Amazon. Your complete mountain biking guidebook, all the best trails in Canada in one place. Thank you, my friends. Welcome in, and I hope you are doing well. Anyways, my friends, very, very excited about today's episode. We are riding Lord of the Squirrels in Whistler, BC. And before we get up the mountain, there's a few important things I should say. First off, this trail will kick your butt, so come prepared with everything you are going to need for an all-day epic. That is food, water, bike tools, spare tubes, all that good stuff, and be aware that you are in grizzly bear territory. When you get up here, there's like a big cutout of a big bear when you start to get onto the trail, so that will let you know. You are deep into the backcountry, so respect it because you are a far way away from civilization. This is a true epic where you need your leg power to get you up and get you back down. It is epic, my friends. Let us get into it. Anyways, my friends, the Lord of the Squirrel Trail, it is on Mount Sproat in Whistler, BC. Typically, when I am parking to go off this trail, there is the interpretive forest parking, which is right off the highway. This fills up very quickly, so you got to get there early. I've heard there's parking off higher up, maybe in the residential, where you can shave yourself off some meters of climbing, much easier access points. I have not ever done that. I park down here, which probably is max pain amount of climbing, but that is just the way I like it. No, not really. I'm joking. Anyways, my friends, the Lord of the Squirrels Trail, this is a black/blue trail, 739 meters descent, 72 meters of climb, coming in at 6.2 kilometers. So the first portion of this trail is harder. It's more technical when you're up top, and as you get lower, it turns into a blue portion of trail. So the trail itself is 6.2 kilometers long, but that is just when you're at the top. It takes about a 1,400 meter climb to get up there, according to the Trail Forks description. They recommend you use 3 to 8 hours of your day. This is an all-day epic, so it could even, I don't think it's going to take you more than 8 hours, but this is a real long way up and a real technical descent down, so this is an all-day thing. Probably don't make any dinner plans because you might be late, so the climb take you about 3 to 8 hours on the Into the Mystic trails. These Into the Mystic trails, you know, it's a good climb trail, does get steep at times, but endless switchbacks, endless pain. If you see a guy just biking up slowly, say hello to me. I'll be out there July or August when it opens up. I just go slow. People are like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine. I have nothing else to do today. This is my day. I'm going slowly up and I will enjoy my descent down. Thank you very much." So this pain can be climbful. It's a long way up. Even to get onto the Into the Mystic trails, you have, like, I think it's called Don't Look Back, and then you got the big up the fire road kind of. So it is a long climb. Fitness is needed. And you might say, "Oh, no problem, I'll just bring my e-bike." No, you will not bring your e-bike because there are no e-bikes or dogs allowed in the Alpine Trail Network. I know that's kind of unfortunate, but those are just kind of the rules. So you will not be bringing your e-bike onto the Lord of the Squirrels trails as they are currently not allowed. Anyways, what is up next? The Lord of the Squirrels Trail is not usually open until July 15th or later. That is because there is a lot of snow up there, and there is usually lots of snow until later in the summer, so it's usually about mid-July when it is good to ride. It could be even later, and keep in mind, I've been there before when it gets closed down because the grizzlies are out and about, so you never know when this trail might be open or closed. And so once you're up there, if you do have a lot of energy, I must stress, save energy for the descent down. The descent is a tricky technical one, what I might call, very kind of technical, very full on, non-stop slabs, rocky, rooty, wooden bridges. So you want to save a lot of effort for that, but there is so much other good riding. If you are one of those superhuman people who has all that lung power and cardio and strong legs, you got trails like Pot of Gold Blue, Ninja Lakes Blue, Last Call Black, Rush Hour Black. So much more fun alpine riding up there. So if you have the energy, I would suggest you ride these other trails. Personally, my tank doesn't go that deep, so I can never get out there, but so much more fun alpine riding up there once you get up there. It's a shame those trails aren't kind of lower down, so we can just enjoy those as a separate day, because I really can't do them all in one day, but so much epic alpine riding up there, including the trail which you must do to access the Lord of the Squirrels Trail, and that is on the rocks. This is a blue rated trail with 3.6 kilometers long, 160 meters of climb, 103 meters of descent. So that is right. The pain continues once you are done on the Into the Mystic trails, which could take you 4 to 5 hours on its own, those Into the Mystic trails. Some people climb them a lot faster. For me, it's probably taking me about 4 hours to get up the Into the Mystic trails. Then you think, oh, I'm done climbing. No, you're not. You will climb another 160 meters on the Onto the Rocks trail. But you know what? This trail is awesome. You can, once you get up here, the views are everywhere. It's just a technical masterpiece of rocks. And then when you start on the descent portion takes you on to, it's just epic on the rocks. One of Whistler's best trails as well. All these alpine trails here are just 5-star, fabulous. This is what Whistler is famous for, the best in the world. So anyways, what's up next? Best view trails on any MTB trail ever. Once you get up here, there's all these kind of small little alpine lakes. There's glaciers. You got the gin peak. You got the tonic peak. You got a gin and tonic in your cup. My God. The one thing I might say that takes away from the views, there's picnic tables up there to enjoy. There's a little ranger's cabin. I went in there and had some tea with one of the rangers up there. The rangers do patrols up there. They're allowed on their e-bikes just to make sure everyone's following the rules and everyone is safe. So they are here. They are our friends. And the one ranger made me some tea. He saw I was pooped. So say hello to the rangers up there. Very nice people. But there's lots of places to lounge out when you're up there. Lots of picnic tables by the lakes and stuff. Very nice. The one problem is the bugs. There's often lots of bugs in the Whistler Alpine, which make people get up there and want to get right down. Because these little cocksuckers will be... They'll be trying to suck your blood dry. So, my friends, you have to watch out for all of the little bugs up there. But aside from that, the views are the best you will ever see. So, hopefully the bugs won't take away from your alpine experience, because these views are just as far as the eye can see. The most scenic MTB trail of all time. What is up next? Let us talk about the descent. So it is a very, very fun descent down. As I said, the longer first up portion is black, and then it leads to an easier blue portion, but it is kind of a very technical full-on descent. Lots of rock slabs in the first portion, and there's like one line where it's like 5 or 6 rock slabs in a row. So much fun. Such a good descent. A lot of time with these big alpine trails, it's just kind of a quite plain descent. This is a master descent. A very tiring descent, but so many sick rock slabs, so much sick tech. If you're like me and you love technical descending, you will love the Lord of the Squirrels descent. Lots of rocks, lots of roots, lots of slabs, and some wooden bridges, and lots of good times. Then once you get to the bottom of the Lord of Squirrels descent, I'm going to recommend to you, because you still need to get down lower, unless you find the secret parking spot somewhere up the mountain, which I do not know of, you are going to need to get lower. You have many sweet trails. There's a bunch of double blacks and blacks you can pick from to get lower. I think I've ridden Pura Vida a few times, but usually I'm so cooked when I come off this trail. I just want kind of an easier going blue trail. So slightly technical blue trail, mostly pretty flowy if I recall. The Chipmunk Rebellion Trail. So not to be outweighed by the Lord of the Squirrels. The Chipmunks also have some sweet trails over here on Mount Sproat. So when I come down off Lord of the Squirrels, I will be riding those Chipmunk Rebellion trails. And they are super fun, easy going, blue rated trails, some nice kind of light techie moments if I remember. And this is kind of one with good sight lines, no surprises, and you can kind of just open it up. And what a ride that makes. The Lord of the Squirrels, one of the best technical, beautiful descents of all time, followed by the Chipmunk Rebellion. This is what Whistler is all about, baby. Now, I love the bike park like the next man, the best bike park in the world. We are so blessed to have it in Canada. But Mount Sproat, this is the place to be. When I am at Whistler, this is what I go to Whistler for mostly, to get way up in the Alpine and just get so tired that I'm feeling sick by the end of the day, just crash out right in bed from some epic Alpine riding, my friends. I hope all mountain bikers around the world, you can come together with the $1 million it takes for your Whistler vacation. No, I'm just joking. You can do it cheap. You just gotta stealth camp way outside of town. Do not stealth camp within Whistler because they do not like that. Anyways, my friends, thank you so much for joining me on another edition of Trail Talks. If you want to find out about all of the best mountain biking trails in Canada, they are all in here. This book took me 10 years to write, and it is now available on Amazon if you are interested. Peace and lots of love, my friends.